Welcome to the Daily Forkast, August 27th, 2021. I'm Angie Lau, Editor-in-Chief of Forkast News. Coming up, South Korea's new FSC chair has some thoughts on crypto. Axie Infinity says it's willing to work with governments on tax, and a Forkast exclusive, Antinalysis, declares itself out and proud. Let's get you up to speed from Asia to the world. In South Korea, the fate of crypto for the country could fall in the hands of the newly nominated Financial Services Commission chairman. And he had plenty to say at his confirmation hearing this morning. As crypto adoption grew, so did the concern of regulators, especially under the former FSC Sung-soo's leadership. But what will new leadership bring? Will this new FSC chief help or hinder the crypto industry in South Korea? Forkast News' Danny Park reports.
Handpicked by the president, Koh Seung-beom is a financial regulatory veteran, previously working for both the FSC and the Bank of Korea. The upcoming September 24th deadline for crypto exchanges to meet the FSC's requirements has left the exchanges in a panic. But the FSC has said no to repeated requests for an extension to the grace period. At the hearing, lawmaker Yoon Chang-hyun asked Koh his opinion on the matter.
상황에서 그동안 해오던 그 기조를 바꾸기가 기본적으로는 좀 어렵다고 저는 생각을 합니다. 그거 자체가 또 잘못된 시그널을 줄 수도 있고 해서 저희는 그러면 또 신고 기한을 연장을 해서 그 많은 업체들이 계속 가도록 만드는 것이 이용자 피해를 진정으로 보호하는 길인지 그 부분에 대해서는 저는 좀 더 고민을 해야 된다고 생각하고요.
It seems the new head may not be any more compassionate to crypto exchanges than the last. So far, only one exchange has met the FSC's strict criteria. Any, and it looks like that could be many, that fail to meet the requirements face closure in less than a month. For Forkast News, I'm Danny Park.
Taxing crypto gains in gaming. It's not a problem. Sky Mavis, the Vietnam-based developers of hugely popular play-to-earn game Axie Infinity, say they are happy to work with governments. The move follows tax authorities in the Philippines reportedly announcing that earnings from such play-to-earn games are taxable. So what might this mean for players, many of whom have been earning a decent income from the game? Forkast News' Carolyn White has more.
In a statement, Sky Mavis say they are proud to contribute to the digital economy by allowing players to earn an income, but they encourage all players to abide by local laws. The developer goes on to say that with this shift in the nature of work, it's important to speak with governments, and they hope such discussions can empower gamers. According to data from Play Counter, more than 40% of all Axie players live in the Philippines, with some making $300 to $400 a month. This in a country where the minimum monthly wage is a mere $170 and whose economy has been hit hard by the pandemic. One gamer told Forkast News they hoped for more clarity on how such a tax would work. Such discussions could be set to help answer that query. For Forkast News, I'm Carolyn Wright.
Meanwhile, the global chip shortage crisis is now hitting crypto miners, and it could be costly. China-based Bitmain, one of the world's biggest producers of cryptocurrency mining rigs, confirmed in a social media post that it's facing a 20% price rise in the chips it buys from Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, better known as TSMC. Now, Bitmain uses TSMC's wafers in its flagship Antminer S19 series, but despite the increased costs, the company says it will strive to increase production of those rigs. Whether we're going to see the price increases passed on to miners buying those rigs, we're going to be monitoring that. But some in the industry aren't overly concerned. Winston Xiao, co-founder of blockchain fintech company XREX, told Forkast News that while a chip price jump affects the cost of manufacturing mining machines, he thinks the impact to the industry as a whole could be minimal, and that the market values of the currencies being mined is actually the bigger concern. True that. And finally today, in an exclusive interview, Forkast News got the lowdown on why Antinalysis is now out and proud. The blockchain analysis tool that allows users to check how clean their bitcoins are and how risky it is to hold tokens with links to illicit activities relaunched earlier this week. It had been shut down after suggestions that it would be used by criminals with malicious intent. Their spokesperson, using the name Pharaoh, told us the tool was launched to help users understand where their funds actually come from and what data blockchain analysis firms collect from them. While they cannot help users gain access to that data, quote, they can offer a glimpse into what it is and how it could be used to lock them out of their accounts. Farrow also said that privacy is, quote, a basic human right and that wanting to protect it is not equivalent to doing something illegal. Farrow also says Antinalysis was initially running only on the dark web to test out whether it had any issues with anti-money laundering laws. But following the relaunch, it's now available for everyone on a proxy site on the ClearNet, which is the publicly accessible part of the internet for all to see. Well, up to a point. And that's the Daily Forecast from our vantage point right here in Asia. For more, visit forecast.news. I'm Editor-in-Chief Angie Lau. Until the next time.